Hmm, how do good writers use paragraphs? Should I use them? The first line of every paragraph must be kicked in, dented, or otherwise known by good writers as indented. Indented or indenting means to push in the line to signal to your readers that a new paragraph has begun. No matter where you end a paragraph, when you are ready to begin another, you simply skip down to the next blank line, as we did here. Indenting is to paragraphs what end marks are to sentences, just as periods or other end marks allow readers to pause and take a breath. Paragraphs allow the reader's eyes to be able to pause and take a break. Reading a page with no paragraphs would be like working all day without a bathroom or snack break. No fun. New paragraphs, are started to signal a change in place, action, time, or speaker. We call this the PATS strategy. PATS, P-A-T-S, reminds us to begin a new paragraph when the place changes, the action changes, the time changes, or the speaker changes. Sounds easy, doesn't it? If you are to become a great writer, you need paragraphs as much as you need end marks. Is there a certain number of sentences that make a good paragraph? Well, that question can be answered by the PATS strategy. The paragraph must end and a new one begin when a change occurred. It's that simple. Using the PATS strategy can help you build better paragraphs. There's no more guessing or counting of sentences. When the characters change, your paragraph will too. So, are you ready to give it a try? Here we go. Notice, as we read an example of a story titled My Crazy Hat Adventure, the paragraph placement and why those paragraphs changed. You'll see the PATS strategy in action. Oh, and from now on, you'll have to use your imagination to see the boy kicking in or indenting the sentences with his foot. My Crazy Hat Adventure. It was about mid-July when I dashed into a new hat store called Caitlin's World of Crazy Hats. I was hot as a firecracker, and my head was about sunburned. I found the hat of my dreams. It was a cool-looking beach hat that would shade me from the sun. I reached out, grabbed the hat, and placed it on my head. Suddenly, I was in the Bahamas, surfing. I moved my legs in all sorts of directions to perform tricks on my surfboard. People on the beach clapped and yelled. Maybe I should really show them my stuff, I thought. I held onto my hat and sprang into the air to do a full flip. When I landed on my board, the crowd went wild. Just as I was about ready to launch into my next trick, the crowd suddenly screamed and started running away from the beach. What's going on? I yelled to the last man on the beach. Didn't you hear us yell, "Shark"? He cried as he ran. Run for your life! I started paddling toward the shore. Out of nowhere came a great white shark. Ah! Was all I had time to get out before he lunged at my board and took a bite. I was flung into the air, clamped onto my board. I flew higher and higher into the big blue sky until finally I started to fall back down to earth. My fall created a strong wind which blew my hat right from my head. I screamed as loud as I could, but I couldn't hear a sound. Poof! I was back in Caitlin's World of Crazy Hats. To my surprise, I was soaking wet. The customers stared. My face turned with embarrassment. Right then I thought to myself, I don't care how hot it is outside or how sunburned I may get. I'm not putting on another hat. Pretty cool story, wasn't it? You may want to look again at the paragraph changes. They followed the Pat's strategy perfectly. Are you ready to give it a try? Can you write your own version of A Crazy Hat Adventure? Good luck, choose a hat, and don't forget Pat's. Pat's. P for place. If the place changes, so does your paragraph. A, action. If the action changes, so does your paragraph. T, time. If it's a new time, the next day, your paragraph changes. Speaker. Every time a new speaker speaks, you need to start a new paragraph. That's it, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful time writing your own story. Thanks.